Ever wondered how to sell your crops to Goldcrest Valley or one of the other remote sell points you can't find on the map? Well, you've got to use the train, and I'm going to show you how. Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome along to another video for Farming Simulator 25. Do you know where Goldcrest Valley is? That is the million-dollar question. Yes, we do know it is a previous map for Farming Simulator many iterations of the game ago, but it is also one of the sell points on the game. However, you can't get there by driving. You have to use the train to deliver to Goldcrest Valley. So yeah, how do you do that, you're asking? Well, we are going to show you. It is December. We've got a truckload of wheat there behind us. It's been a fantastic season here for Argsy Farms, but we want to go and get it sold, and we're going to take a look at the sell prices for wheat and then go and have a look at how to sell using the trains. So if you take a look here, we are looking at wheat, and you notice the little train symbol there next to Goldcrest Valley. Makes it clear that to sell there, you do need to use the train. Now, it's the same on Hutan Pantai. There is a sell point which requires the use of the train. Now you can see there we do actually have a slight premium. It's not too much different, and probably actually for me it wouldn't be worth the hassle for $9 per 1,000 litres more. It's not a big difference, but for the purpose of the exercise we are going to go through and have a look at that. Sometimes you might find there is a big difference in prices. I'm just going to scroll through and have a quick look. Sorghum there 15, so not on sorghum, not on soybeans at the moment, so maybe we're not going to get a big difference in prices like we have previously, but sometimes you do get a premium selling to the offsite or remote sell point. So let's have a look at the map and we'll show you where we're going to go. So on Riverbend Springs, we've got a couple of tip stations or places here. Goldcrest Valley, one end of the trains, and Goldcrest Valley at the other end of the trains. However, that is not where we want to go to be able to sell. If we just zoom in right here into the middle of the map, you'll see we've got a rent train. We have another rent train option there. So we can go in there and actually rent the train and get it to turn up to where we want to load it from. Now, the loading point is here at Grain West Silo, so we're just going to tag that place, which will give us a bit of an idea on where we're going to head. We're going to drive on down there and go and unload into the silos down there for the train, and then we will get the train here and get it loaded. I do like the new little marker system where you get a little orb there, which is just telling you how far away the area you've marked is. So we've got about 700 or just over 700 meters to drive. I'm just going to head on out and make our way down there and get this all unloaded and get to loading the train. So we've made it down here to our tip point. Now you'll see there's a couple of options here for driving through. We've got the tip point on the left and the overload point on the right. Little treat, little hidden fact, you can actually use the train's storage as additional storage, so you can sort of overload and store product down here, because basically what effectively we're doing, we're dumping this into a silo, which we will then get the train to come down. So you can see the fill trigger, as I was trying to say, over there on the right hand side of the tracks, and that is where we're going to park the train to fill it up in just a little bit. So let's get this unloaded, get the trailer all unloaded, and then we'll go and grab the train and bring it on down here. So we've now got all our trailer, or both trailers, unloaded in here. They're sitting in one of the silos somewhere. If we wanted to, we could drive the truck back under here and load out of the overhead bin there, and that would fill up with our wheat. And actually, if we have a look in our inventory and take a look down there, the wheat we've got 80,000. If we've managed to lose a bushel or a litre somewhere, 80,799 litres, 80,800 litres in the truck. So that's sitting in there in storage. Now, there's no way to differentiate where that's stored. Time-saving stock check by TW Productions is a good way to keep track of that if you're on PC, and I have it on good authority. It has already been in with Giants for testing, so keep an eye out for that coming out soon if it's not already out by the time we put this video live. But what we want to do now is go and hire the train. So just looking again at the map, so we've got these 2 points here where we can go and rent the train, both ends of the track. So we're just going to head on to the one just over the other side here. I should have tagged it, but it is incredibly close, and you can see and identify it there by the little train symbol. So we're just going to pop up here. If I just bring my menu up, you can see we can rent the train, which is going to cost us $1,000 per hour. So we're going to hit R there, and it tells us the train is going to arrive soon, and it is 2.1 kilometers away. So we're we're going to have to stand around and wait for just a little bit to get the train down here. And once we do, we'll get it loaded and head off to the sell point. So there we go, we can see the train's just about getting here 300-ish meters away. We should see it coming round the corner in just a minute, so we'll wait for it to get here. There we go. So it should pull up and stop somewhere near us, and then we can actually hop in and take control of the train ourselves. Alright, there we go, right on cue. So head up onto it, and I think we might have to go and stand down here a little bit. There we go, we can hop in. And we're now driving the train, and it does have a cab view, so we can drive it in first person if we want to, but just to make it a little bit easier, we're going to keep it here in third person. Now, we've actually already parked conveniently right underneath the load point, so you can see we've got the second of the train. Now you can tab through each of the wagons up the top there, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some have tension belts on it, some can be filled, some can't be filled. Now this one, which we're on at the moment, the second one, you can actually open and close the top on it. Same for the first one. You can see that top opening and closing there as well. And I think, can't really go back far enough, but if we spin around, the third one there is an open wagon. And we've got the log one and the flat deck on the back, so a whole lot of different options for what you can do with those. But we're going to sit here. Now, if we press R, we should be able to bring up the Grain West silo storage. It's got 80,800 litres of wheat, and we're just going to hit enter. And it's going to start filling into the back of the train. Right, there we go, that is all in there. Now we've obviously got about 100,000 litres of capacity on this one, so we're going to close the lid. Now, we can actually go either way if we just look again at the map. To go and sell it, we basically need to drive through one of these two sell points, which is the Goldcrest Valley at either end. So we could, if we wanted to, go and reverse back to this one, or we can go forward to this one. But I'm actually going to show you something else before we get into that, just before we go and sell things. So I'm just going to back ourselves up. Just want to get the train positioned back over here a little bit closer to the store. So we've stopped the train here and hopped out just next to the store. Now the reason for this is I wanted to demonstrate you can actually load the train remotely using a auger or a conveyor and fill it up. So if you wanted to, or you had a field that was right next to the train tracks, you could actually come in and fill it up yourself. Now we're going to do it a couple of different ways. Got the little truck here just with a load of wheat, so we're going to dump that into the auger and get that to fill. And then I'm also going to demonstrate you could use a telehandler, a wheel loader, or something like that as well if you wanted to. So we're just going to get this, drive it up and back it in here to the tip point on the back of the auger. Hopefully it's going to work. So you could do this with, say, the drive over. You could put the auger in under those bottom hopper bins we were using, or wagons we were using before. Hopefully if we just back ourselves up until about there we go, we get a trigger for the wheat. We're just going to tell that to dump, and hopefully as that goes we should be able to see some wheat falling at the top, and there you go, from the truck into the auger and up into the back of the train. That is one way you can do it. Obviously if you wanted to, it does save you having to bring things down here to the silos down here. You could just do it straight out of the field if that was something you wanted to do. Like I said, in much the same way, should be able to try get this in here, get that up, extend the arm up and out, and get it up and over high enough. There we go, that should, in just the right spots, dump into the train. There we go, and get that wheat dumping into the wagon as well. So if you wanted to use a telehandler or something like that as well, that is always an option. We've jumped back into the train, and we're now, as you can see, we've got a little bit more wheat in, more than the 80,000 we started off with. We're just going to drive this until we get to the edge of the map and take it off into the sell point. So I've brought the mini map up, we're getting very close to the edge of the map now. I'm just going to drive through here. Basically we just keep going, and there we get to the edge, basically the sell point. It says the train will now drive to Goldcrest Valley and will return on the other side of the map. Do you want the train to sell the loaded good in Goldcrest Valley? And we're going to say yes. And we should get there, $110,000, which is our income for that 90,000 or so litres of wheat. And that's all there is to it. And back here, that automatically ends our rental of it. I've just come back to one of the rental places. You can see it is there an option to rent the train once more. So we might have had that for all of 15 minutes. Might have cost us maybe $250 or so to go through and rent the train. So that's all there is to it. It's very, very easy to sell product using the train if it's worth it, if you've got a good price. Certainly in FS22, I seem to notice that the trains often had quite a significant value But just looking at the menus here so far on this one, there doesn't seem to be quite that benefits using the trains, but you never know, there might be a price, a high price, a special price or something like that, which makes it worthwhile. So I hope you found that useful, I hope you found that informative. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.